Hello everyone, today let's talk about why do narcissists need to manipulate people. We're going to be discussing that on today's video. So if you're a person that is maybe confused by a narcissist in your life, or you're just struggling with that relationship that you had been in with this person, and you can't seem to wrap your head around why somebody would need, and I'm saying the word need on purpose here, why they would need to manipulate people and possibly manipulate you as a person. We're going to be discussing that on today's video, and also how to protect yourself from that so you don't fall prey to that in the future and you can live your happiest, healthiest, most awesome life ever. So let's go ahead and dive into that real quick. I'm just going to give you guys a quick update, as I told you in my identifying fake people in your life video that you can check out, a really awesome video on the test to identify fake people in your life. I have been trying to tape my mom to the ceiling because I'm trying to grow my entertainment channel to 1 million subscribers, and I have to show you my ceiling real quick because we did it. Can you see it? Oh yeah, look at that. It tore off my ceiling, but we did it. It's so funny. I am going to post an update in the Patreon today for those of you who are subscribed in there. And let's get that ready. And in addition to that, I'll be posting the video on the challenge channel. So feel free to check that out. And the link for that channel is in the description down below. So let's go ahead and dive into why narcissists feel the need to manipulate people. And let's dive straight into it by stepping into the other person's shoes. I think it's really important to understand that whenever we're talking about a person or what they're going through or why they're performing in a certain action, we have to step into their life, their shoes. What are they experiencing? What are they thinking? As you know, on this channel, I don't like to hate on these people because I understand that every action that somebody takes has a positive intent behind it. Even the most evil of actions, somebody does it because they think it will make them feel better. And the strategies that are used are not okay, they're not right, and they should not be used. But by stepping into people's shoes, we can understand their actions. By understanding their actions, we can understand them, we can understand ourselves, and we can also protect ourselves. So manipulation, the reason that people manipulate, it's because it's a covert tactic. When you step into the shoes of the narcissist that is manipulating, you are realizing that you are the type of person, or this person is the type of person, that cannot meet their needs directly and overtly, because going about your needs being met in an overt manner and telling people what you are trying to do and why you are trying to do it and why you need this and why you need that is a very healthy thing, because there is no covert hidden contract. There's nothing secretive about it. When you go out and you're telling somebody, you know, I want to be loved and appreciated by you, I want to have, you know, time spent with you because it makes me feel good. When you're able to tell people these things in an overt way, that's a very positive and healthy thing. However, when you do things in a covert way, the main source behind that actually has to come from a sort of shame and guilt that is inside of the person, that has been instilled by them by either their own thoughts or what their parents and society has told them is not okay about that specific person. And that can be from childhood, that can be from any point in the developmental process that somebody uses manipulation as a survival strategy in order to get their needs met. All of us are human. All of us are needs. All of us have needs. And because we all have needs, needs must be met. And they're either going to be met in an overt way. If you're a person that grew up in a happy, healthy household and you were able to say, I need this because of this reason, then the other person is your parent or the person in your life that you're communicating with is able to meet that need. That's a very healthy relationship. But if you flip it to the other side and you have somebody else who has a need that needs to be met, and they try and attempt to get their needs met overtly, and they are shut down and they are made to feel bad about having that need or having that emotion and that expression, then that survival strategy no longer works, and they have to do things in a covert way so as they don't come across off as a bad person or a bad child that's growing up and developing and whatnot. And I guess let's think of an example of a child who is forced to play an instrument while they're growing up, but the child doesn't want to play an instrument. But the reason that they play the instrument is because they know that they're going to be on their parents' good side. And if they're going to be on their parents' good side, then maybe they will be able to, get that toy that they wanted, or get that free time, or get that love and affection that they wanted from that parent. But if they don't play that instrument that their parent wants them to, then they're not going to be able to meet their need for love and connection and appreciation with their parent. So, if this child theoretically was to say, I don't want to play, this instrument, I just want to be able to connect with you in other ways, and the parent rejects that and tells them that it's wrong, that they must play that instrument because it's good for them and they know better than the child then has to suppress and ignore the fact that it doesn't want to do that in order to meet the need of connection. And what this starts to do over time, as this person has denied and rejected parts of themselves that are true to themselves, and they, because of the way that they've grown up, do not feel like they can go out and tell people directly what their needs are, because they've been shut down so consistently, so many times, and told that what they want is wrong and they are a bad person for wanting that thing. They now have to go and meet that need in an indirect, covert way, because the thing is that need never leaves. And inside of all of us, we have a personal truth inside of here, inside of our heart, inside of our bodies. Every single time you're experiencing an emotion, there's a personal truth inside of you that is wanting to express itself. And that's what emotions are really used for. When you have that emotion inside of you that is trying to tell you something about yourself, maybe every time that you're out there and you're doing something that makes you happy, that emotion is telling you that this is like what you love to do. And maybe there's times where you feel angry or resentful or something's going on. There's also a truth inside of you that needs to be listened to and that you can speak to and understand and know what is going on. Because if you were to deny the fact that, for example, that you were angry. And I see this happening a lot with society, and the way that society tells that people that, they can't be angry at things. They have to control themselves at all times in a suppressing way, in a way that they can't be who they really are. When you start to do this, it makes people feel like they are no longer capable of expressing their needs for who they are, and their personal truths start getting buried deeper and deeper. As these truths get buried deeper and deeper, you run into the risk of making these truths completely unconscious. And if these truths of these personal truths become entirely subconscious, where these needs are not even being able to be recognized by the conscious mind, now you just have a person with a whole bunch of messed up behaviors that then say, I don't know why I did that. I don't understand. How many times have you seen of a person that says, I keep messing up my life and I don't know why? It's because they have buried their needs in such a intense manner, and they've buried them so deep that they're not even able to recognize the fact that maybe that need can be met overtly. And the only way to come out of this and being able to start meeting needs overtly for either yourself or the narcissist that is in your life that we're talking about in this video, the only way that they are going to be able to stop manipulating is not because you're going to tell them that you don't like it. Let's be honest here. The behavior of stopping manipulation comes by them going through a self-improvement process of recognizing their thoughts, actually validating them as okay, and allowing them to start to attempt to meet their needs overtly. How many times have you been in a relationship that somebody tells you, for example, and I know that a lot of guys do this to women especially, and now that I've seen this behavior, I can tell that it's so wrong. I don't like this behavior because I don't think it gets the right message across. A person comes up to you and this person says they're angry. A girl goes up to a man and she says, I'm angry about this. And he says, why are you angry? That doesn't make sense. You're wrong for being angry. You're overreacting. That's not right. And all of a sudden, when you start acting like that, those emotions get invalidated, and those are the same behaviors, that same trauma that continues to go on, that encourages the manipulative behavior in a person, because every time you tell them that they're wrong for feeling something that they genuinely feel inside of themselves, you are invalidating those feelings, and they can no longer feel safe going about meeting those needs directly. So in order to protect yourself from the narcissist, there's two things that you must do in order to, if you're dealing with a narcissist, and for example, it's a coworker or a boss or something, and you don't want to like leave your job, right? You actually can't invalidate their feelings, because the more you invalidate somebody's feelings, the more that behavior actually gets enabled. And what happens here is that you have to be a really good listener to help that person kind of work through that trauma if you decide to go that route. The next thing that you can do to also protect yourself from manipulation is recognize it and spot it as soon as it's happening and step away. And by stepping away, you are going to remove yourself from pouring more energy into something that doesn't deserve your energy to be poured into. If you keep falling for these manipulation tactics, you are the one that's going to be paying the price. So, by coming out of this, you can become a stronger person by going about really the rest of your life in two ways. We can't invalidate the way that people feel. What people feel is real. They're trying to express a personal truth, and we can't tell them they're wrong for feeling that. And we can help them work through the feelings to understand why they're feeling that way. And maybe they can change that feeling or that emotion or that behavior after we understand why it was present to begin with. And next, in order to protect yourself, you can make the decision to step away from any manipulative relationship where you do not want to be manipulated, because manipulation is wrong and you do not deserve to be manipulated. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you for everyone that's been signing up for the Patreon. As you guys know, I'm driving Uber on the side for now until I can do this channel full time and my other channels full time. And you guys are a huge help to that. So thank you for everybody that's been signing up. If you want to see more exclusive content, sign up on the Patreon. The link is in the description down below.